I have everything on the table and also on that counter because I spilled something under the fridge. So we're just waiting for the layer in the fridge to dry to put everything back in the fridge. But in the meantime, I am making dumplings. It's the next day after the presentation and I finally have time to sit down and make dumplings. I was like looking at this dumpling skin. There's like little black dots on it. I'm not sure if it's mold or it's like those ingredients in the flour. I'm not sure, but if it's mold, I guess we can train our immune system. And then here's this pork mixed with gao choy, and I have my podcast Emma Chamberlain ready to just look at her having a FaceTime as I bao gao ji. Here, this one, and then I'm trying to fit all the dumpling skin, which is not a lot, into this amount of pork. I'm guessing here's around 20-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna do normal size dumpling instead of the jumbo dumplings. You know, this dumpling skin, it costs like $2. It's crazy how cheap it is in China. I have this water to seal the dumpling as I fold them. Yesterday when I was walking at the market when I get groceries at Easy Guy, I saw a lot of elderlies. Like everyone is 上咗年紀㗎咯, you know, with some experience in life. And I was wondering, what happened would Macau look like in just a matter of 20 years of time? Everyone is gonna become old because our birth rate is one of the lowest in the world. It was only like 0.68, 0.7 2 years ago. There's this advertisement song from one of the local schools. They remake the 主題曲 from 尋秦記, which is the movie I watched last month. And it's basically they changed the lyrics and telling the parents to sign up for their school. Also, there's this school that one grade of kindergarten only have like 10, 15 students. It's insane because the birth rate is super duper low right now. And the schools, they are not having enough students. Also, the kindergarten teacher, they are asked to teach in primary section as well. And I heard from people that in the hospital, at 嗰個產房, there's only one baby being born. Like one lady gives birth every single day, so like the nurses have nothing to do during their shift and they're allocated to other departments. It's a problem, like 老齡化. Right now you don't feel it, but in like a couple of years, in a decade or so, you will feel it because there's no young people working and everyone's become old in the place. Then no one is working, then the society is not working. It's not running smoothly because we're all old. And is it Portugal? I heard from Portugal that they extended the retirement age to 2 years extra. 我唔知佢幾多歲咯，原本 maybe originally was like 65 and then they extended to 67. Not sure about that, got a fact check, but I'm pretty sure they extended it and then not a lot of people like this idea. I remember reading news about Japan that their average age, like Japanese, 嗰個年齡咧係老齡化, which their society, the age of the society, it's basically in a 棺材形狀. So like the top here is 80, 90, 100 years old, and the bottom is like babies, like 0, 1, 2 years old. And then here the bar is like super long and then it goes down to like this. So there are more people on the top, there's more people that is at the older age, and then there's less people in the younger age. And Macau is going to the same direction. And I was thinking like, why do we not give birth right now in this society? One, it's because we like freedom. We don't have as like traditional values where we give birth and stay at home, be a mom. Now that women can work, you know, back in 1960, that's when women first start to be able to apply and open their own bank account. It's crazy, do you know that? I was watching another YouTube videos and that person was like fact checking. I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that. And then also with the economy, because it's not in a very good place right now. And I was also reading another article and it says like Macau people didn't want to give birth because they don't want their next generation to go through whatever they went through, especially for the education. It's very harsh and they don't feel the childhood happiness. It's kind of depressing. And I remember saying this to one of my friends when we were traveling around the Nordic countries. I see a lot of babies around on the streets, and I barely see babies in Macau. You know, there were only less than 2,900 babies were born last year. And if you consider there's 700,000 of Macau citizens, and if you calculate, it's probably less than 0.6% for the birth rate. This is what I thought of yesterday when I walk past Easy Guy and go shopping. When I see there's a lot of elderly people shopping. That would be us in 30 years. On the street, everyone is an elderly. Actually, I think yesterday doing a presentation recap is actually such a friendship goal if you think about it. It's what I would see on Pinterest or what I would see online, and I didn't expect this would happen to me. I just love how everyone yesterday, like Miko, Crystal, and I, we all put effort in the presentation, and we're actually willing to do this because it takes time to do the PowerPoint. I spent like 2.5 hours for my PowerPoint. I mean, even though I was doing it in class, but still I was given an effort inside. And I love recapping what I did for the past years, going through my photo album, and I forgot what kind of life I was living. My personal opinion, dumpling, it's not 韭菜餃子嘅話, I don't think it should be considered as dumpling. Only 韭菜餃子 can be considered as dumpling. 韭菜 has this like very distinct smell. 韭菜 smells like a combination of green onion and vegetable. Mutation. I got a new species from mutation. Alright, I will start watching my podcast and I will do a time lapse for 包餃子. I have 18 dumplings with me right now, and I will put all of these in the fridge. I also had dumpling for lunch earlier today. Here is what is left from previous batch. Only 4 babies are left. Ooh, looking good. Whatever is left in here is just like 1 bite of pork. I can make 韭菜豬肉餅. That's it for dumpling. 好味啊？精神瘦咧。好難飲啊！你解釋下咩味？
先頭打啖要縮縮地，跟住掟去有啲牛奶味，跟住總之就係怪味。
係咪變咗啊？
唔係啊，啱啱新鮮攞嘅喎。
但係呢個發酵嘢食佢嗱，你睇個係 milk cabbie 開菲爾酸奶，我就話第一啖咧飲落去係水，跟住變咗有氣嘅蘇打水，跟住變咗牛奶，跟住變咗芝士味咯。識我嘅人都知我唔中意食芝士，真係好難飲啊！唔知咩 yogurt drink。I'm here making 蒜蓉包 again because I'm going to yoga and my mom is doing 豬仔包。Today is second day of Chinese New Year and I just came back from a hike and I'm on a mission today. I'm gonna be a construction worker. I'm gonna be 裝修工人 and paint over my ceiling because there's a hole on my ceiling. I'm gonna put on my gear so I look professional and I'll act more professional. Oh. There's like so many people on the street, especially so many tourists going to Kolowan to finish it. I couldn't even get on the bus to go on a hike in Kolowan and I gave up going to Kolowan. I went to another mountain instead. We're painting over the ceiling because there's a hole here and it's kind of dirty from the mold, from the humidity. This is also dirty too. And there's like a crack here. My mom already painted her room. Oh, I just kicked over this bottle. And this is the paint I have to use. It's gonna be the first time ever in my life painting the ceiling by myself. 哎呀，唔係好夠高添。俾張凳仔我，唔知會唔會太高張凳？嚇！但係佢會一種喺度。係啊。咁會一直咁樣啊？佢唔會補個窿啊？點樣補個窿啊？
冇唔到窿㗎。
咁咪係咯，咁殘做乜嘢？
冇越嚟越犀利咯喎！
但佢都唔會黐翻嘅。
佢唔會黐翻㗎，不過唔會再喺邊抹開啫嘛。
嚇！
好似呢啲痕跡咁，咪可以補一補佢咯。
佢冇嘢，佢都補唔到嘅感覺上。
係補唔到㗎。
咁做緊啲乜嘢我唔明喎。
我唔知點解釋你聽喎。補嘢就話補，係根本就補唔到咯，就係防止佢越嚟越裂啫嘛。
但係我覺得茶水都唔會防止佢越嚟越裂咯。
你捆住側邊啊嘛，唔係側邊咪跌出嚟，呢度跌出嚟咯。
What am I doing in my life？ 好似仲多跌出嚟喎，本身呢度都冇窿嘅，而家變咗呢度有窿。
咁你冇搏命啊整？
咁你叫補啊嘛。
你補咗一下，你咪停一停，等佢乾啲再補第二層咯。
我覺得補唔到。
咁你咪補呢個咯。
我啱啱搭巴士翻嚟咧，有一班印尼嘅人咯，跟住之後咧，佢哋咧又唔知菲律賓人啊，佢哋好開心傾偈，我覺得坐佢隔離我都覺得好開心咯，但係我聽唔明佢講咩。哇！個窿越補越大嘅，原本呢度都唔穿窿嘅喎。乜窿啊？呢個窿咯，呢個原本冇窿嘅喎，跟住而家變咗有個窿出嚟喎。
咁你咪冇佢咯。
咁點樣合翻埋佢啊？
合唔埋㗎啦。
I think I'm done。好似都冇咩 crack 嗰周圍。Problem in Macau, humidity. This won't happen in Finland. Okay, I'm done。我搞掂啦。
仲有冇剩啊？
大把剩。裝修工人工作咗10分鐘就搞掂。Can you guys tell the difference? Here, the hole is still there. The crack is still there. But I mean, it's more white on the ceiling. Yeah, it's like the slightest difference. I can barely tell too, so you probably can't tell through the camera. Be funny. The only place I can go is up at the mountain because everywhere is filled with tourists during Chinese New Year. But what a blessing to have such quiet place in the middle of the city that you can always escape to. I remember living in Paris, not living there, I was staying there. I wasn't living there. I was there for like a couple of weeks. And I really wanted a place to have my quiet time, my own like having nature sound. And I couldn't find a place nearby. Everywhere, either it's in park, but you can still hear people with the cars, transportation going on. But in Macau, there are actually places, even though it's so small, there are actually places you can escape from the city. Plus, it's not that far away from home. You can go around Macau for just 1 hour of car ride. That's like the southwest point to the northwest point. That's it. Not like in Hong Kong, you have to travel for quite some time to reach to the mountain. But here, I will take it a little space away from city. Love it. I was like so overstimulated. Oh, the other day, like 2 days ago, I went to Zhuhai and I biked with my mom. So we were supposed to bike to Qinglui Lu. And then we didn't know Qinglui Lu is so long. There's Qinglui Zhong Lu and Qinglui Nam Lu. I just input Qinglui Lu in Godak Deitou. The other people, they're doing Yuye Danche across the mountain. We're doing city version of Yuye Danche. We're going into the city, like like on the street, like where you walk, and then there's like LED lights from the shops, there's traffic lights, there are all the people, all the cars, all the other bicycles, especially the ones delivering takeaway. Oh my god, they drive like crazy. They drive super fast on the like your normal walking street, and we were riding in the middle of the road. There's like no lamppost. It was so dark and it's kind of getting cold, and then we reached to a point where there's a slope. We were going down the slope. I feel like we were doing tempo run, but then on the bike version and in the city version. It was crazy. I don't know how my mom and I did it, and my mom just followed me the entire way. I just followed the map, but then we both know this is not the right way, and this is not the way that we used to take, but we just followed the map. And then apparently the map led us to some random route that we don't normally take. It was supposed to be like a 30 minutes ride from the border, and then we did 3 hours. It was insane, and then both of our ass hurts the next day, also the thigh and the calves, and then we walk home and be like, oh, 攰啊. because we rode for 3 hours. Where can you find a mom that ride a bicycle with you for 3 hours? Okay, actually it's not my fault, you know. It's the map. I followed the map, so it wasn't really entirely my fault. And then the next day I woke up, I feel like I had a fight with someone in my dream. Woke up super sore, I couldn't even turn my body around in the bed. And then I did yoga yesterday. I was planning to do 1 lesson. I went there and I finished 1 lesson. I'm like, okay, it's a bit harder than I thought because I haven't done yoga in a week. My yoga teacher was on a vacation break. And I was like, okay, spring is on its way. It's starting to get warm. I'm starting to sweat. I need my towel to wipe off my sweat. I was in the changing room. I took my pants like half off. I was like, 不来都来了. And I put my pants back on. Might as well just do 1 more lesson. And I did 2 yoga lessons back to back. Second lesson was so hard. My legs were like shaking from the first lesson, but it felt really rewarding. And here I am today hiking because I need to get out of the house. I find that this is a problem for this semester, also during my semester in Finland, because I don't really have school this year. And I don't really see school at school because my schoolwork load is not that heavy. So it's more like a social setting for me to see people and socialize with people. If I don't get out of the house for yoga class, this semester I can just stay at home for 7 days straight without seeing anyone, and that's insane. I need some social interaction, social connection with someone else. I just have to sit with someone in the room. Usually for school I'm like, I don't want to go, but for this semester I'm like, yeah, it's fine for me to go to school because I feel like I need some social interaction. And I kind of anticipate my only 1 day of school day throughout the week because I want to talk to people. And when I go to school, I see the new friends that I make. I was like, I kept talking. I have so much to talk throughout the week, and I don't have, besides my mom, I don't have much people to talk to unless I hang out with friends. Oh my, look at this view. This is the bridge back to Macau. It's actually so pretty to live in Macau. Very convenient city, and you get the mountain. I was sitting at the pavilion the other day. It was during the day where you can burn your own firework. 放煙花啦自己. It was until 初五. Today is 初六, so it was yesterday. Yesterday was the last day. And I was just sitting there. I was like, I want my peace and quiet. All I heard was like, boom, pew, boom, boom, boom. I was like, where's my peace and quiet? I'm up at the mountain. I just want peace and quiet, and I couldn't find it. Do you hear the birds chirping? Even there's like a helicopter just went across. The smell of green. I've been back in Macau for less than 2 months, and I feel like I need to leave here again. It's a problem. I've been living a life for the past year that I travel every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, I would say 3 to 4 weeks. I hop on the plane. I would say the same frequency as I hop on the bus because I need to take the bus to the airport. If not, I won't be taking a bus to anywhere. It's walkable distance everywhere in the town. So the amount of plane I've took during my stay in Finland is actually the same amount of bus ride I took. Yeah, if I calculate it. Yeah. I don't know where's my next destination. I'm also trying to find a traveling buddy, and I couldn't find anyone. No one is free. Everyone is like either in school or they have work, and I'm the one that is like so free. And that's a problem too. I need to start looking for some part-time job. Macau is literally so small. There's pros and cons of living in such a small place. Everywhere is accessible. It's like, I love the proximity, but at the same time it's so small that I feel like I'm trapped in a big jail. I saw a reel the other day of people filming in Daishanba. It's actually insane. If you think of it, how can the land, the concrete floor, support that many people stepping on it? It's crazy. I feel like it's in a cartoon and the floor is gonna crack. Here's the area where they do the firework. 呢個應該填海填出嚟㗎, like sea reclamation. And then you walk in there. I was there the other day during the first day for Chinese New Year. It was very last minute. I asked Crystal in the afternoon, like, what are you doing for the evening? She was telling me that she's going here with LOVEEE, and I'm like, okay, might as well just join them because I have nothing to do. I was so bored at home too. I'm going up this pavilion, which is one of my favorite spots in this mountain so far that I have discovered. But I feel like someone is there. If someone is there, I might have to leave because it's awkward. If someone take the place first and then I go there and I just sit quietly next to them, it's awkward. Oh, there are people there. Never mind. Then I'm leaving. Are you leaving soon? They don't look like they're leaving. Then I will leave. Today is the last good weather day. Starting from tomorrow, the next whole week, it's either gloomy or raining. I prefer either it to be raining or sunny. Not like gloomy, because gloomy, it's sad. Sunny, it's happy. Raining, it's cozy. But gloomy is just not good. The other day I was checking Porvoo. I lived in Porvoo back in Finland, a small town 1 hour away from Helsinki. The weather was like -20 and Macau was like +20. But I would say Macau's 10 degrees, it's similar to Finland's -10 or -15 because it's humid cold in Macau and we don't have a heater. Or at least my home doesn't. I don't know if anyone's home has a heater. In Finland, as long as you're covered, you're fine. You're good. You are guard. You are guard. But in Macau, no. You can feel the cold air sipping through the jacket, through the down jacket, the yuyong, the feathers, into your skin and into your bone, and you feel the chills from your bones. Like the clouds are rolling in now. Guys, I have 2 places in mind if I travel next. Either to Vietnam. Vietnam is one of my favorite countries. Vietnam and Turkey so far. These 2 countries I would love to travel again. Usually I don't really repeat countries, but these 2 are like the top in my list. And Vietnam is so cheap to travel to. The most expensive thing is the plane ticket. But in European country, the cheapest thing is the plane ticket, and then hostels are okay. Or if you get a like cheaper hotel but you share with someone else, it's reasonable pricing considering that it's in Europe. But in Vietnam, the plane ticket flying out from Macau, it's pretty pricey. Yeah, compared to in Europe. Also, I was thinking in the Philippines. There's this place in the Philippines. It's like mountain area. I don't even know what's the name. Till this day, I don't know how to spell the name of this place because it's such a bizarre name. To me, it feels like made out of random alphabets. Yeah. And then it looks like New Zealand. So it's a New Zealand dupe. I really want to go there. But they don't have a direct flight from Macau to Manila to domestic airport. And then you need to take a bus ride for like 6 hours into that small town. A tiny bit of awkward. Whenever I start talking, there are people walking from across, so they see me filming. It's kind of awkward, you know? If you see people filming by themselves on the street with the phone or with the camera, just talking to like a camera, a lens like here, it's kind of awkward. Oh my god, I gotta put it away again. Oh my gosh, guys. As I said, I need to put away my phone. You know who I bump into? My boss. When he started speaking like and I was like, this sounds familiar. It's my boss, my previous boss. But he's chill. He's like very chill boss. Yeah, guys, Macau is small. When I say I love Macau's proximity, I also love bumping to acquaintance. I just saw someone crying up in the mountain because they were burying their doggies in the soil. Why is there so much happening during this hike? I swear to God, I don't normally see that much stuff. I don't know what is happening today. Yeah, but sun is setting. Maybe I will do one more round. Usually I would sit at the pavilion for like an hour straight, but my spot was taken. It's fine. I will walk a bit more today. Let's see, and go home for dinner. Today we have steamed fish for dinner. Yum, 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 yum. I love fish. My mom was actually asking me this morning. She was like, what are the requirements to immigrate to Finland? I was like, I don't know. Are you planning to? She was like, no. I need to buy fresh chicken, fresh beef, fresh fish, steamed fish, and I can't get these in Finland. I can't survive. Goodbye. And then I just saw people walking their tortoise. Tortoise? Turtle? No, turtles are the one that only lives in water. Tortoise is the one that lives on land and water. If I didn't mistake it wrong. I just came back from the hike, but I don't know why I feel so sick. Like, I feel like my throat this side is hurting, and I got motion sickness from the bus ride. I mean, the bus was pretty empty and then the view was pretty nice, but I don't know. I got off the bus and like I felt so sick and I came back. I took a 15 minutes power nap, but my mom is making this fish 魚頭煲 no 鱸魚煲. It's supposed to be steamed fish and then she switched to pan fry and then she switched to 呢個魚頭煲唔係鱸魚煲. This is leftover 豬手 from Parking Shop. If you don't know what to eat, get food from Parking Shop. They got pretty good 豬手 and they got pretty good 鹽焗雞. This one. But I think we are having too much food for both of us, so we are saving the chicken for tomorrow. 你個煲做幾耐啊？3分鐘。3分鐘。Let me reheat the 豬手. Chopstick competition champion. 打得3粒啫喎。有啲 sad 喎咁啊。
咁咪唔夠咪整雞咯。
夠啦夠啦。Guys, and it's kombucha Sunday. Every Sunday I need to renew my kombucha. I'm making more and more each time. Like, this pot doesn't even fit 4 jugs of kombucha that I'm trying to make. This only fits 3. I'm doing like batch production for now. Ooh. 似模似樣喎。
啲水多得滯。
收下水咯。
收下水就唔收水啦。打邊先得嘅喎，你食完咩？
唔係啊，你打開個蓋等佢煮多陣咪收水，啲水蒸發咗嘛。
蒸發咗好多嘅喎。
Let me get this out. Eating from the pot again, so I don't have to wash so many dishes. 我以為你買個鱸魚係一嚿咁樣咯，冇諗住2嚿咁樣兩片咯。
佢係1嚿啊，我自己切咗2片咋，而翻嚟太厚啦。
Rice is ready. 仲有袋裝起佢嘅呢個。咩袋裝起佢？用豬骨咯。我嗰啲保鮮袋裝起佢咯，擺邊架？密實啊！落把少底啊！ Oh, my throat hurts. Not throat, but like here. Lymph knot. Yeah, my lymph knot hurts. I don't know from what.
買嚿魚俾幾多葱？誇張！
你咁再買魚有咁多葱送啦，唔怪得琴日買魚冇葱送啦，因為送晒。You get free green onion if you buy fish from Lunar supermarket. But I went there yesterday during afternoon. It was a bit too late, so he was like, "Oh, 冇晒啦." They gave out everything in the morning. This one you save the 豬手 bone for boiling congee or like any soup. Bone broth. Here we have rice, of course, staple. 豬手 from leftover, 菠菜, spinach, and then 鱸魚煲 with tofu underneath. Tofu, do you see? It's a new dish that we never tried in our household. So let's try. Even my mom doesn't know if it's gonna taste good or not because she didn't taste it. She eyeballed everything. Okay. Gotta eat veggie first for every meal. You know, it's very important for the order of eating your dinner, your meal. Veggie first is better, so you don't absorb all the oil from other dish.
啲菠菜好唔好食？
我陣好青嘅，
點解咧？唔青咩？
我就係菠菜味咯呢
食得快。
個，食得食咁有自信。
你嗰啲硬豆腐好適合㗎咋，唔係長城一大盒嗰啲。唔係我啲水到佢就 O K， 有啲魚味啊，係咪啊？冇水喎。鮮味。豆腐仲好食魚應該。
啲硬豆腐都唔係好硬，芬蘭啲硬豆腐好似魚片咁硬喎，魚蛋咁樣第一片，真係㗎。
硬豆腐好食，佢就叫我攞豉油醃，我覺得好似好極化。
咩魚味變咗唔係白色？
其實我由細到大都未試過用豉油醃片。即係應該純粹俾鹽，咁佢就冇咁熱辣，不過都 OK。
應該辣椒啱啱好，有啲嘢味。
係啊，俾多啲我都唔敢驚辣得滯。你啱嗰嚿仔佢有大媽食，我切咗3嚿就好似好辣咁嗰隻嘢。
哇！食完嘢真係精神，可能啱啱我太眼瞓，但我食咗嘢先出去行山，我4點幾食咗嘢。
中國人都係要食飯㗎啦。
係喎，今日全日冇食過飯，唔怪得我咁虛啦個人。今朝仲有蘿蔔糕啊我哋。
係啊，我又上網睇，呢個鱸魚係鹹水魚定係淡水魚？
想佢鹹唔鹹？
鹹又有，淡又有。咁好似即人吹水咯，如果淡水魚，琴日黃花咁攞啲鹽水浸佢咯，
要浸翻鹹佢。
浸佢半個鐘，有啲肉實啲喎。呢個幾好食，唔錯唔錯。你啲辣椒好嘢味。
好滿意自己廚藝啊！
呢個試驗品都 OK。
唔係考試，係。
你100分啊？成日掃你100分啊？真係討厭。
哇！真係100分啊！
你咪影印嘅分嗰度。
乜嘢啊？Guys, we've been using recycled paper for like putting bones and whatever we don't eat from the meal. And then it's been like my statistics exams and tests, and then I've been getting 100 for a row, like for a couple of days. Like every paper I got out is 100%. 佢話我 copy and paste 咯，都唔信呢個女咁叻。雖然而家唔係幾叻，但係咧之前係幾叻。
你攞幾張出嚟，大佬？幾張都話100分啫。唔係我講嘅，你同我講㗎。跟住我琴日有一張，今日又一張。
3次100分。
100分嗰啲就掉晒啦，100分嗰啲真係電煲，係咪咁啊？啊！你阿媽幾聰明？
你唔知你個女讀書幾叻㗎咩嚇？
冇話你唔叻，但係你唔使攞晒100分出嚟。
我攞面頭嗰啲嘢。你翻同你啲同事講，我女讀書都幾叻，攆魚骨嗰啲紙咧，啲考試紙份份都100分。
佢留翻嚟包麵包啊！
好似越南啊
！10年後攞嚟包麵包，話俾個仔聽，話俾你聽，媽咪以前100分，而家攞翻嚟包麵包。
Last time when I went to Vietnam, I got this banh mi, you know this baguette they sell on the street, and this lady, she wrapped the baguette in a piece of paper from 2017, which was like 7 or 8 years ago. Very 環保。我係因為今日中午冇食餐正餐咯。
今日你係中國人，要米氣到肚。
咁我去加拿之後咧，我連續幾日點解咁虛嘅人？因為 canteen 嘢食好難食，我哋食三文治咯。有一日翻到 canteen 咧，嗌個炒飯，嗰個叫咩？芹菜唔係 celery 啊。
唔叫葱啊？
唔係啊，
西咯，
一條條咁樣熟嗰啲瓜。
芹菜。
唔係啊，
青瓜。
唔係，好重味㗎都。
瓜好重味，瓜邊有重味嘅？
唔係瓜嚟，但係咧，好似葱，但係好似瓜咁樣熟，跟住佢中間咁樣落落去，通常係用
西芹咯。
西芹。
芹菜咯。中國你外國嗰啲先係西芹，中國嗰啲係芹菜啫喎。
炒西芹，跟住之後嗰個飯咧，嗰個米稀到肚，哇！我即刻復活咗，成禮拜咁病㗎，係爭碗飯到肚。
話啦，冇米氣啊嘛，估唔到呢個魚咁成功啊！夏天未必成功。靈魂就喺辣椒仔嗰度，辣底下。哇！阿煲爆香啲薑蒜，係咪啊？冇乜骨㗎，食少少都要食飯。
呢啲先叫一餐飯。
咁要你話嘅，你煮飯個肚飽得滯。
我大髀裏面好痛。我今日啱啱沖完涼之後擺隻腳喺風場抹嗰隻腳，點知擺隻腳上去，哇！好酸啊！洗碗。
你要工作啦。
我
味好食啊！
好食。
第次再有啲豆腐真係入晒味嘅，有啲魚味啊，買豆腐有啲魚香味。
Gosh, I finally know why was I so low in energy because I didn't eat rice for the entire day. Now I feel like so recharged after a bowl of rice. It's insane. I need my white rice. But today I'm so grateful for the sun. The sun is like super nice with breeze, so hiking is not too bad. Not hot. And then I am so grateful for the yu bowl you just saw. It was like so delicious. It's literally taste of a restaurant. So grateful for having the accessibility to a mountain in the middle of the city where I can still get my peace and quiet. My lymph node is kind of hurting. I don't know why. Maybe I should gargle with some salt water. Goodbye.